Remember that scene in the original Halloween where Tommy Doyle is being picked on by the bullies, aka Lonnie, Keith, and Richard? You know the one. The bullies are pestering Tommy over and over again about the boogeyman, causing Tommy to eventually fall and crush his pumpkin. Little bastards. But anyways, when the bullies disperse, we see little Richie running out of the school and right into the clutches of the Shape himself. Michael seems to almost animalistically grab hold of him, and then slowly releases him, as if remembering this is a little kid and not one of his potential victims. Reasons aside, Richie seems genuinely horrified nonetheless. No doubt getting a strong direct look at Michael Myers before fleeing the scene entirely, returning Michael's attention back to Tommy Doyle, and continuing to silently stalk him from afar. But in regard to the Richie meeting Michael thing, I think there's an interesting story concept that could come out of that very brief encounter. This kid would have definitely went home a little freaked out by his encounter with, well, whoever that was. Of course, at that point, he wouldn't yet know that it was Michael Myers in the flesh, only to find himself at the Myers house later that same night with his fellow bullies, Lonnie and Keith, daring each other to go inside. He would no doubt find out the next day being November 1st, of course, after the babysitter murders and after the rampage at the hospital, that Michael Myers had indeed returned to Haddonfield, with the Shape being visually described on the news and in the newspapers as a young man with a slim build wearing mechanic's coveralls and a white mask, effectively matching the visual description of the guy he met outside the school just one day prior. White mask, coveralls, slim build, same guy. How would this affect Richie in the long run? Would it be a scary memory for him? Or would it be a cool little tidbit that he would no doubt share with his friends and family and sort of boast about? Would he even want to tell anybody about it? Would his friends or parents even believe him in the first place if he did? Would he have told Tommy Doyle about it at school the next week or so and they would have had some kind of bonding experience? Who knows? But I can tell you this. If there was one person in town that Richie could talk to about it, it would be Tommy Doyle. I mean, Richie and his friends did warn Tommy that the boogeyman was coming. And unfortunately for Tommy and a slew of murdered townsfolk, they were right. So, what do you think about this idea? Would this encounter have been a big deal for Richie in the long run? Or would he have simply shrugged it off? Let me know in the comments below and I will see all of you beautiful fiends in the next video.